Hello everyone, how's it going, and welcome to today's Wild Rift video. In this video I'm going to be playing the newly buffed Viego, one of the biggest buffs that I think I have ever seen in Wild Rift history. If you think that there's a champion that received a bigger buff than Viego, please let me know. But honestly, I think this champion got one of the biggest buffs ever, making him one of the strongest champions to play. However, he can be a little bit difficult at times. He is a challenging jungler to play, but he's definitely a lot stronger. I'll show you the build at the start of this video. I'm trying out this new style of video where we just jump straight into the gameplay, and I kind of talk about the build throughout the video instead of kind of wasting your time at the start. We just head straight into the gameplay, and I can analyze my own gameplay and also tell you all a few tips and tricks about Viego as we're going through the gameplay. Now, the great thing about Viego with his jungle clear is that he kind of has his passive on his first ability, where every single time he uses his first ability or his second ability, he gets that double auto attack afterwards. And you can see my jungle clear at the moment is incredibly fast, even this early on. Now, you'll notice that what I've done with this jungle clear is I've gone from red buff to raptors straight to walls, and I'm actually doing a 5 buff clear instead of a 6 buff clear. What this allows me to do is this allows me to get to Skull Crab before the enemy jungler. Because Viego has such a fast jungle clear, he can clear all of these camps before Scuttle Crabs even spawns. You can see here we're on a minute 20 and Scuttle Crab spawns at minute 25. So as soon as I kill this blue buff, I have my smite up. To be fair, I have double smite. I could have probably smited the blue buff or the gromp to make it a little bit quicker. But look at this. I'm straight onto the camp and I'm straight there straight away for the Scuttle Crab. I see Lee Sin in my jungle, so I know Lee Sin is looking for an invade. He knows that there's a ward there as well, so I'm kind of sitting there trapped. You can see the level lead already. I'm already a whole level ahead of this Lee Sin, and I know I can win this trade early on, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Even without my mid laner here, I get the flash play, and we get the kill onto Lee Sin early. I can take Lee Sin's soul, and hey, I know how to play Lee Sin. I know how Lee Sin works. I can try and jump onto Yasuo as well. Unfortunately, I don't have my flash in this scenario, and I don't have my ultimate either to get over the wall. Overall, a really strong play, and the reason why I got that advantage was all because of my jungle pathing. I realized the strength of Viego with his jungle clear. He's able to do 5 camps about the same speed as as you saw there. Lee Sin only did 3 camps. Only cleared his top side, and then tried to go to Scuttle Crab afterwards, or tried to go for an invade. All my camps were already gone, so it was really strong clear. I can go to the bottom Scuttle Crab, secure that now, so I'm probably at about a level or 2 level lead at the moment over this Lee Sin, which against Lee Sin is obviously super surprising, as Lee Sin is one of the fastest jungle clearing champions, and also one of the strongest early game champions as well. But I think with Viego's buff, with his jungle clear speed now, it's just absolutely crazy. So I think that's definitely something you can adapt to when you're playing jungle. It's kind of knowing what the best speeds are in terms of, you know, going through the jungle. What's the best clear that you want to do? Do you want to go for a full clear and clear all 6 camps because you have a bit of a weak early game? You know, this can work on champions such as Kha'Zix and Evelynn. Or do you want to try and go for a 5 camp and try and contest around their first Scuttle Crab? Champions like Hecarim could do this really well because he can clear jungle pretty quickly. Lee Sin as well, also very great. Now, as you can see, I'm looking for a bit of an invade at the moment. I'm looking for a bit of a dive onto this Lux and Lucian. It is a little bit difficult, but I do see Lux on low HP now, so I'm using this mist to get over to the other side of the wall. Vezeri does incredibly well to get onto the Lux, and we're able to kill the Lucian straight on top of that as well. So I'm kind of playing around my win conditions here in this game. You can see I was kind of hovering mid lane a little bit, seeing if Teemo can maybe get a little bit of a cheeky blind off with his first ability and trying to do a bit of damage. But I know that my Zeri and my Lulu were ahead, and they were poking and they were doing a lot of damage. And Viego is a pretty good dive champion, because the great thing is that you can actually juggle the aggro of the tower. So what you can do is you can take the tower aggro at the start of the fight, and then when you collect the soul, you can then, you know, use that to either jump away or even use your ultimate or anything like that to try and jump away as well. So a great way in which you can, you know, jump in, take someone's soul, and then jump away again. Which I think is incredibly powerful. And it's kind of hard to gank this Volibear at the moment, because Volibear is a super tanky jungler, so super tanky top laner, sorry, and just a champion in general. So it is pretty difficult to try and take him down. So you can see I'm just trying to play around mid, and I'm trying to play around bot lane at the moment, especially mid lane. I definitely want to try and get this Teemo ahead against Yasuo, because Teemo is a champion that could do a lot of damage, to be fair. I kind of messed up my second ability here, but Yasuo walked a little bit too far forward anyway. I used my third ability on the wall to make sure that I have the spread to get the extra attack speeds, which is crucial in that instance. And then we get to go on to Yasuo. A little bit of a misplay in the end. I wasn't able to land my second ability, but still overall pretty good. I started off this fight with my ultimate to make sure that I close the gap onto the Volibear so Volibear doesn't escape. I tried to catch on to Lee Sin as well, but unfortunately the stun just doesn't hit. But I do get the flash anyway from the Lee Sin. So I can take this now. Lee Sin's super low on health, doesn't have flash, and I can take this advantage now to take Rift Herald, which in my opinion, Rift Herald is still the best objective to take over the dragon. You can take dragon if you feel like you can contest the second and a third dragon and you have a bit of scaling, and maybe if your bot lane is ahead as well. But again, you kind of have to play around your advantages and kind of play with the flow with jungle, which is why jungle is considered one of the most complicated roles. Definitely one of the best roles to carry in solo queue, because it's a role that you can make such an influence on the map. However, it is a role that can be a little bit difficult at times, because you need to be in the right place at the right time. You need to know where to be on the map. You need to know where you can play around your advantages, where to gank, how to take these major objectives, and how to take control of the map as a jungler, which is super important, and a really big difference between, you know, high elo junglers and also low elo junglers as well. Again, trying to look for a play here onto Lux. Unfortunately, I missed my my second ability. Lux was able to flash away to safety. A little bit unfortunate there. I think I've just timed it ever so slightly. I think I did a little bit below Lux. I could have done it a little bit above Lux, but a little bit unfortunate there. Trying to find where the Lee Sin is, but I know at the moment that I don't need to invade anymore. I don't need to gank anymore. See, I realized in this situation that I have all my bottom camps up. So I have my golems up, I have my red buff up, and I have my my raptors up. I also have my whole top side to clear as well. So this is a situation where, look, there is nothing to do on the map at the moment. No lanes to gank. You know, Chem's all the way back at the base. Teemo is all the way down in the bottom lane as well, and not really doing too much, just trying to defend the tower, bot lane. So I can take this opportunity to just take all my jungle camps. And this gives you so much gold. Making sure that you clear jungle camps as soon as they spawn is super important, especially for a champion like Viego. Like, look how fast I'm clearing through this whole jungle. I think I cleared through this whole jungle in about a minute, maybe even under a minute. And you get so much gold, so much gold. Volibear here is way overstepped. Missed the second ability, unfortunately, onto the minion. Volibear's trying to escape, but yeah, I don't think there's no escaping this time, buddy. Use my ultimate to get over there, and then we get the kill in the end. Bit of a misplay here. I should have taken that because I took a bit more damage than I should have, but nice kill there for Volibear. Way overextended. You should never be overextended here. When you take the tower, yes, you're at an advantage if you take the tower. If you push too far, then it's super easy for the enemy jungler to gank. But so when you take towers like this, like my bot lane has, for example, it's always best to still kind of stay behind the enemy jungle. So like Volibear here, overextended, went into our side of the jungle, so it's really easy for me to either wrap or be able to gank through the lane. However, you can also just do it from the other side as well. Like, say for example here, like Yasuo is overextending. Yasuo is overextended here. Teemo and Lulu can try and gank as well. So you have to be really careful when you lose a tower, and also when you take a tower as well, because when you take a tower, I think a big mistake that people make is that they get a bit too overconfident. They think to themselves like, oh, I'm ahead. Even if the jungler comes, I can kill them. And no, that's not the scenario. 2v1, not too great. Get the stun onto Lee Sin. Easy kill there with the ultimate as well. Really, really nice kill. I tried to take the blue buff in time with my smite, but I wasn't able to get it in the end. Really cool thing as well is what you can do is you can use the W over the wall with Lee Sin and then use the ultimate afterwards as well. There are so many cool ways and so many cool tools that you can just get to your disposal for Viego. But like, look at this. This Volibear is way too overextended. I think he actually gets the kill onto Kennen, which is a little bit unfortunate because Volibear is super strong at being able to tank towers and also just disable towers as well at the same time. I'll take this free kill. You know, another free kill for me. More gold in the bank for me as well. You can see with my build this game, I'm going for Trinity Force into Blades of Ruin King. Really strong item combo for Viego. With this combo, you'll be able to do a lot of damage with your double auto attacks because you have a lot of attack speed with Trinity Force and also with Blade of Ruin King at the same time. You also have the Sheen passive, which procs multiple times during the fight because you're going to keep on using your abilities over and over again, and just becomes really, really powerful. Oh, I realized that I made a mistake. I'm maxing my second ability second. You shouldn't do this. You should max your third ability second. I kind of made this mistake during the game for some reason. I mean, I think this is what happens when I play games off stream sometimes. I kind of just like, I'm so focused on the game itself that I just kind of forget the basics at times of like what ability to level and what way to go about playing the game and things like that as well, which is sometimes a good thing though, because I think playing off stream is a lot more chill than playing on stream, because I feel like on stream sometimes I have a bit of pressure, and also it's very difficult at times as well, I feel like, to try and, you know, pop off, I guess you can say, as well, because I'm trying to focus on chat and being interactive, but also I'm trying to focus on the gameplay as well at the same time. I see Lee Sin top here. Lee Sin is taking my blue buff. Lee Sin is playing heavily towards this Volibear. Also, Volibear's nearly taking the inhib tower as well, but Lee Sin and Volibear are trying to take this tower, but they're not going to be able to take it in time. I make a really good item adjustment this game. Normally I go for Sterix Gauge as a third item, but I know that this game I'm against a lot of AD damage. Volibear, Lee Sin, Yasuo. Who is the bot laner? Is it Lucian? Yeah, Lucian and Lux. I know that I'm against a full AD team. So since I know that I'm up against a full AD team, Death Stance is a great item. A lot of great armor. I can reduce the damage as well if enemy champions are trying to burst me down. And I think, in my opinion, this is still the best way to play Viego. There are so many different builds that you can go with Viego as well. You can go for crit Viego if you want to. I know China have been playing crit Viego a lot, but I think definitely with the buffs as well, with Riot giving Viego more damage, I think it makes it more worthwhile to go for the Bruiser build so you can survive a bit longer in team fights. You can see what we're doing here is we're kind of playing around the enemy's vision. This Teemo stepped up way too far though. I don't know why Teemo walked that way, but yeah. You can see what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get vision in the enemy jungle. When you're ahead like this, some people kind of get a little bit confused as to what to do. Like when your towers are taken, what should you do? And you should do things like this. Playing around your vision and making sure that you try and, you know, do a lot of things that can definitely, you know, help you out in a way, because sometimes it can be very difficult to play, you know, aggressive, because sometimes you can go a bit too far like that Teemo did. But as long as you're playing around vision, as long as you're using your sweeper, you're using your wards, you can create a kind of a choke point really for the enemy team, and which makes it really difficult. Kennen also went a bit too deep. You see what I mean here? Like some players make the mistake and they just step too far, which is a huge mistake here. I cannot believe I missed this, by the way. How did I miss the stun on Lucian? I really thought I was going to hit it, to be fair, but unfortunately I missed it. Volibear's jumping down. Look how much damage I do to Volibear, by the way. Like, what the hell? I was thinking of going in with my ultimate. But you see what we're doing here? We're just choking out the enemies at the moment. We're taking their jungle camps. We're making sure that they can't get vision basically on the whole map at the moment. We get a little bit caught out here, but Lee Sin's never going to jump in. I do way too much damage at the moment. So every single time I have the opportunity that the enemy jungle camps come up, I'm taking them, which is denying gold away from Lee Sin. They can't even walk out their own base at the moment. That's how tough it is for them right now. Trying to make it a bit of a play bot side, but nothing really going about it at the moment. Look how we're just controlling the map right now. Like, the enemy team can only really go to like their tier 2 towers. And even then, like, they only have one tier 2 tower left, and that's about it. That's about all they have left. We're taking the tower bot lane. We're taking the tower mid lane. We're getting vision around their jungle. And that means that we can just get an incredible advantage for the team and just get such a huge advantage. The only other thing we could have done this game, maybe a little bit earlier, is take Baron. I think Baron is super risky. You know, we're against Lux, Volibear, Lee Sin can jump over the wall, Lucian culling. We have decent Baron taking speed with Zeri, but that's about it. Teemo doesn't do that much damage. Kennen doesn't either. We're about to take Baron here, but Kennen pinging back because Kennen's going back to base. And then we can start Baron off. Or we just start Baron off now. That's also, I guess, a way to do it. You kind of have to follow your team sometimes to the call. We do have to be careful here, though. You see how we're stopping dealing damage to Baron here? We're stopping dealing damage to Baron because we know Lee Sin's going to jump in exactly like that. And it's so well played by the Zeri and Lulu, which I don't see enough in this game. You saw there, like, as soon as the Lee Sin Q went over the wall, they know that if you do too much damage to the Baron, that Lee Sin Q will go over the wall, will go onto the Baron, and then it becomes a 50-50. And some players will blame their jungler there if they lose Baron. But at the same time, you could blame your own team as a jungler, because your team should be doing exactly what Zeri and Lulu did there. If the enemy jungler, sorry, is nearby, and if you're at risk of losing the Baron, you shouldn't deal damage to Baron. There is no way that you should deal damage to Baron in that situation. Instead, try and go over the wall, try and kill the Lee Sin, and then secure the Baron afterwards. Hey, if your jungler loses Baron when there's no jungler on the enemy team, then that's definitely a jungle diff. I mean, I have to agree with that. But if the enemy jungler is alive, and if your jungler is alive, there is always a scenario, especially against a Lee Sin, there's always a scenario where it can be a 50-50 smite. And sometimes you will lose them as a jungler, and sometimes you'll win them as a jungler. And it happens so many times. But if you can play around the objective incredibly well, just like the Zeri and the Lulu did, you know, we all stopped dealing damage to Baron there. You saw me, Zeri and Lulu all stopped doing damage to Baron. Incredibly well played there by my bot lane, and you know, both of them have been playing really well this game. You know, I played around them during bot side. I think it's a lot better to gank bot lane in this meta than ganking like top lane, for example, because so many carries in the bot lane that can do incredibly well. You know, Zeri Lulu lane. If a Zeri Lulu gets ahead, good luck, have fun. You are not going to be doing anything at all. So you see here, what I'm doing is I'm pinging the bot lane tower. We have the middle inhib, we have the top inhib. There is no point us pushing mid lane right now and us pushing top lane. We need to go for this bottom inhib, but we need to try and take this bottom inhib. If we take 3 inhib towers, then the game is pretty much over. Kind of impossible at that point. So again, what we're doing is we're kind of choking them out. You can see here I'm kind of hovering around, using my third ability, making the enemy scared to walk up, for them to try and do something here. Look, I find one opportunity for Lucian, jump on in, he oversteps, and he is dead. And look at this damage, by the way. Hey, you give me Lucian, I know how to play AD carry, baby. Triple kill in the end. I did get a little bit overconfident there, and I did unfortunately die and lose my flawless game. But hey, you give me a champion like Lucian that I know how to play, and that's exactly what will happen. You can see here the rest of the team's about to pop off anyway. You know, triple kill to end off this game. Could have been a quadra kill as well, but overall a pretty damn strong game. And like I said, Viego right now, one of the best junglers. I think he's incredibly strong right now and super fun to play as well at the same time. We'll check the stats here in the end. Hopefully I did the rune stats as well. I know a couple of you have been asking about me doing the rune stats at the end of games. Again, this is something that I'm looking to try and improve on in terms of gameplay, in terms of everything else that I want to do with YouTube, because I'm focusing a lot more on YouTube recently. 27,000 damage with Viego, not too bad in the end. Pretty decent. I think I did my runes. Hopefully I did. If not, I'll make sure to do it in the future. There you go, runes at the end. There you go, these are rune stats. See how much health you get from overgrowth. 400 health is so huge for jungler. Yeah, 9 minutes, Legend Alacrity completed. Giant Slayer doing incredibly well this game. You know, HP, probably built HP as well. Conqueror, still the best rune. Brutal as well for the auto attack damage, extra 600 damage in the end. Really nice overall. I go back and do I check the build? Yeah, it's the build in the end, 24 into Blade Rune King. Again, I normally go like Sterix Gauge into Twin God into Guardian Angel, but this game I'm against full attack damage, so I just go for Death Dance third item, and I become pretty much unkillable. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed the gameplay. Again, this is something that I want to try out new, because I know a lot more people want more educational content and more analysis content rather than just me doing streaming gameplay and just doing pure reactions from streaming. And there still will be some content from streams, like gameplay from streams, which I think are going to be really entertaining to watch. But I do want to do this side of things a lot more as well. Again, I want to do more guides, more tips and tricks and videos like this as well. So hopefully you enjoyed. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next wild video. Peace.